Nakamura against Abdusattorov. Need to change that name by deed poll. And here we go. Game on in round 6. Both perfect scores.
Sicilian in this game. We actually haven't seen a Sicilian so far. So it will be interesting. We have the C3 Sicilian, which is rather solid compared to the main lines usually, where you go for D4. This A3 move looks quite strange, but it's been popularized the last year. Been played by some good players. The point is basically trying to make a prophylactic move and taking the B4 square.
Yeah, I've played the C3 Sicilian since I was 5 years old, so, oh god, 30 years now. But I've never seen A3 until the last few months. And yeah, I don't know what it contributes here to this position, but apparently slightly better for white.
Slightly better for Nakamura.
Oh, nice, nice. How Hikaru of you to change his name like that.
Nakamura against Abdusattorov, was that it?
Hikaru Nakamura. Nakamura. And okay, it's all about the white pawn on e5, which clamps down on the black position. It could become a weakness though, and Abdusattorov is hinting that he might take the knight a bit later before taking the pawn in the center, but not yet. And just develops. Whose position would you prefer here? A skill?
Ooh, tough question. Feel white is doing okay. I like the pawn on e5, but I think yeah, black shouldn't be in any sort of trouble. So yeah, I think Abdusattorov has some chances in this one.
Yeah, I could see on the black side of these positions, easier to play maybe, and less responsibility with the e5 pawn. Like,
yeah,
maybe looking more of a weakness than a strength right now.
It's probably time to go Simon Williams style with h4 here.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
At least what I would play. Looks exciting.
Looks tempting. Always with the knight parked on g6. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
It's on the radar. Good call, Arian. h4. And there are some tactics here if black decides to take this pawn. At the very end of the line, there might be sacrifices on the h7 square, the white queen coming out. Black has to time this really, really well.
Looks like white's got an initiative here. I don't know if Abdusattorov missed the last move, but it's not that easy to stop h5. You probably have to take on h4, but it looks like the following position is dangerous for black.
Dangerous and messy with the black king out in the open like that. But yeah, sometimes you need to make those big decisions. It feels like his last move, putting the rook in the center, is aimed at playing the move f6, so maybe that's something as well he could consider, but it feels a bit loosening for the black pieces.
Magnus Carlsen is playing against Pranav Anand.
The second strongest Pranav.
Second strongest Anand.
Shang against MVL, we have Yesipenko against Sevin.
Ooh, bishop's coming off the board.
Goes for David's idea there with f5, but it was difficult to suggest anything else. Now, I believe Hikaru is just going to take on f6, and that following structure should be better for white.
Yeah, especially if the black knight has to go to some odd squares. He moves his queen instead, so he's still arguing that h5 is a bit of a threat, kicking the black knight into the corner. From the corner, it's still going to come out, but it does look like it's a bit of a cramped position for black right now. Hikaru looks happy. He's up on time. Looks like the c3 Sicilian is doing the business again.
I mean, black could also play his bishop to c5, attacking the white queen, but Hikaru would just move the queen back to d3 there, and probably black would not achieve much. So Abdusattorov decides to go for d5.
I love how you kept the name. I love how you kept the name, Arian.
You guys started it, so I mean,
You're making it sound so natural.
I'm just following.
You know? Abdusattorov until 2026, we can keep calling him that. And okay, he resisted once en passant. I should mention Nakamura. He didn't take the f pawn en passant. Eventually, he took the d pawn, and yeah, that was not a gift. It was a recapture, but still looking nice for white here. Nice harmony.
Harmony is a good word, and that's something black is lacking here. The pawn on e6 is very loose in many of these positions. Like, you would want to play rook to d8, challenging the d file, but then the pawn on e6 would be hanging in many variations here. It's probably going to give the check on d5. Decides to go queen d7 instead. So now you could trade queens and try to play rook to f7, but then in the end, white would play g3 there. But it looks like black is somewhat alive here. Like it could have been worse.
Definitely. The queen and knight combo, somehow maybe keeping the queens on the board. Hikaru would have had better chances. But he likes his endgames these days, especially in blitz. And yeah, he might not be objectively better, but he's going to hope that he can jump around with the knight a bit into some nice squares. There we go, into c6 now. The rook can still come in a bit later. Still maybe easier to play with white. But black does have everything covered, defending his pawn there.
A rook f7. Good way to defend the bishop. And now white has a dangerous threat of treading rooks and bringing the other rook to d7. So black needs to take some care.
The bishop feels really loose on that square. It's all holding
You
together.
could still trade rooks and bring the rook to d7. He does. And I suspect that he's going to go after the b pawn now, with rook b7. Very difficult to defend.
Does he walk into a pin? Hikaru to go up material. It's a very clever move there from black.
You can probably take on b6, because after rook d6 you have knight takes e5.
Nice. Big threat then. Knight takes e5 and the idea of coming around with a fork if the black rook takes the white rook. So maybe the black king has to get out of the way somehow. Oof.
MVL is looking extremely strong against Jeffrey Shong. And there he just won.
Strong against strong. Nice.
Strong against strong.
Okay, key moment. Bishop drops back.
Yeah, MVL is the World Blitz champion from 2021, I believe. So he's very capable of...
He's born in the correct year, right, David?
He really is. I've said 1990 probably more times in my life than I've played chess games. He is from the golden generation, Maxime. And
Are you allowed to say that when you're also a part of that generation?
Yeah, I'm just not part of it, unfortunately. I'm the silver in the generation, maybe. But rooks are off the board here.
That's underselling yourself, by the way.
But now the knight doesn't have any good squares, and of course it can go back to b4. But is that a drawish endgame, or? Yeah, now it is, right? So
definitely.
maybe he has misplayed this position a little bit.
Shaking his head, Hikaru.
Yeah, this is probably just a draw now.
Yeah, this is actually just a fortress.
Yeah, both have passed pawns, and
Abdusattorov understood this really well, especially with the pawn on e3 cemented there. I mean, the point is that white can never activate the king here because of the e3 pawn. So although white is a pawn up, he can just not make progress. So this is going to be a draw.
It was a good fight back also from Sam Sevian against Yesipenko. So they made a draw as well. So a lot of good players on 5.5 points right now.
Is anyone